This week, we were having work done on our kitchen. And on the day that the workman was supposed to cut the work surfaces, it was raining. And every so often it would stop raining and he would set up outside. And just as he was about to start working, it would start pouring again. And it happens a few times. And eventually he turns around to me and he says, "I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to cut the work surfaces inside." And I said, "Okay." And he looks at me and he says, "No, I don't think you understand." He says, when I cut those work surfaces, it creates so much dust. And I looked at him and I said, "What's the choice?" So he brought it inside and he cut the work surfaces, and he wasn't joking. The mess it created was just insane. The dust went everywhere. And I looked at it and I thought to myself, wow, I would never let my house get to this state. But I allowed it because I knew that there was a goal here. The goal was so that he could proceed with the kitchen. And I thought to myself, wow, what a powerful message, that when we focus on the goal, it becomes a lot easier to deal with the process. If you know how to drive, you may remember when you took your driving test, you probably at the time didn't really care much about the car that you drove or the scenery around you, because you were hyper focused on one thing and one thing only, and that was achieving your goal of passing your test. So what is the goal? Pirkei Avot, the Ethics of the Fathers, tells us that this world is like a corridor to get to the next world. The corridor is not where it's at. We may put a little bit of effort into making it nice, but we all recognize that the purpose of a corridor is to get to the next room. And what the Ethics of the Fathers is telling us is that the purpose of this world is to create ourselves for the next world. And that every single moment of creation, every good deed that we do, every time we work on ourselves, every mitzvah, every bit of learning that we do is something that we carry forward into the next world, which is there for eternity. And when we focus on that goal, when we change our mindset and live with that mindset of understanding that this world is in preparation and what we're building here is not just temporary, but it's for eternity, it becomes a lot easier to deal with the process of that creation. Wishing you all a good Shabbos.